Former Central Bank Governor GODWIN EMEFIELE was arraigned at a federal high court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, on a 2-count charge of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition before Justice Nicholas Owoibu on Tuesday. EMEFIELE was arraigned by the Federal Ministry of Justice for illegal possessions of firearms and ammunition, but was however granted bail in the sum of 20 million naira with one surety following his not guilty plea.
They arraigned him on a 2-count charge, very ridiculous charge, bordering on illegal possession of firearms. Gentlemen of the press, if you know the firearm that we are talking about, it is the kind of gun that the likes of Christopher Columbus and Mungo Park used during their days. This is the kind of gun that the SSS exhibited in their proof of evidence. But the good news is that GODWIN EMEFIELE has been granted bail by the court on very liberal terms. Very liberal terms, and as we speak today, he's about to perfect the bail conditions.
We need to bring people who are worth 20 million. I think one of them must be own landed property in Lagos. They must be resident in the jurisdiction. They must swear to an affidavit of means. We bring their passport photographs for it to be authenticated by the registrar of court. We cannot, humanly speaking, conclude that today. And therefore, for the court's order to be efficacious, that is even the grant of bail, all courts, nobody would leave you in the hand of your tormentor. It will take you away and put you in the hand of another government institution. In its discretion, granted that he be kept in the correctional center until he completes the terms of his bail. No sooner than that was done, we noticed movement from men of the Department of State Services, and we saw an avowed intention on their part to actually take him back into their custody, despite the order of court.
After the proceedings, a tussle ensued between the hooded DSS operatives and officials of Nigeria Correctional Service over who takes custody of the suspended Central Bank of Nigeria Governor GODWIN EMEFIELE.
There is a warrant. You can't have a warrant when you have come to court with a charge. This is the warrant for the correctional center to take him into custody. So if the DSS takes him into custody by force of arms, then the rest remains. We know where we are living.
The court gave an order again to say that EMEFIELE should be remanded pending when he perfects his bail, should be remanded in the prison, correctional center. But this one would have expected that, having had that order of court, the DSS would vacate this place with immediate effect. But as you can see behind me, they are there. They are hooded. I do not know why they will be hooded to intimidate Nigerians. We refuse to be intimidated.
3 courts have said release him on bail. He's not running away, for God's sake. He has served this nation for 9 years. Where is he going to go to? All his life is in Nigeria here. And you can imagine a situation where 2 federal government military apparatus are fighting themselves, manhandling the commander of the prison commission.
The DSS attempt to further humiliate and arrest Mr. EMEFIELE is a desecration of the temple of justice. In fact, it disobedience of that court order, which is very clear. Release the man on bail if he meets certain conditions, and then if he fails to meet those conditions, let him be remanded in Nigeria Correctional Service Center. So that is the order of court.
The Honorable Court graciously listened to the arguments for the bail of the defendant, our client, GODWIN EMEFIELE, and granted bail. Also, The bail had conditions which the defense is trying to meet. The court also, in its wisdom, said that it should be kept with the Nigerian Correctional Center, pending when the bail conditions will be fulfilled. The Nigerian Correction Center were available to take him into their custody, but unfortunately, the DSS has refused, another arm of government, to carry out the duty constitutionally assigned to it and as ordered by the court, by refusing the Nigerian Correction Center to take GODWIN EMEFIELE into its custody. We are now in a situation where two arms of government, the Nigerian Correctional Center and the DSS, are now fighting on who should have custody of the defendant, contrary to the express order of the court that it should be kept with the Correctional Center. We are constrained because we do not want where there will be exchange of arms by the two organs of government. We may very, very reluctantly, very reluctantly allow our client to force the DSS to willfully, consciously, intentionally flout the orders of the court by taking him into their custody today. Thereafter, we will know what to do next.
Emefiele was taken into custody by the DSS pending the fulfillment of his bail terms. The defendant lawyers, however, insist this is a disobedience to the court of law and should not be overlooked. Esther Agbo, reporting for KAFTAN Television.